Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we're returning to our Let's Play of War in the East, where it is 1941 October and we are just advancing on Moscow as the Germans here. Issue is, next week there is going to, so next turn there's going to be mud and that will slow us down to a crawl. We'll not be able to do much then, so we do need to make some adjustment and just, you know, encircle as many Russians as we can this turn. We've done a little bit of movement with our panzer group, the light green forces up over here, also with the pink ones. So we have trapped a couple of new Russian divisions up over here. So there are a couple of them over there, some are down here. This pocket is still left over from last turn, so that is something that we do need to consider next time. But before we go into that, I think it's time to move up these Scion troops over here. One of the issues with the Scion troops is that you can see they are very far away from the railheads currently. So this is basically the green area is where our rail lines currently extend. The light area here is where our supply sort of extends, and you can see it sort of goes beyond that. So there's a bit of an issue there. We are extending our rail lines, but in the mud I think things are going to look a little bit worse even. So I guess one of the questions I do have is whether we actually do need to advance on Kursk. It would make good sense because it is a very important town, but ultimately I'm not sure whether we do need to concern ourselves with that or whether it's actually a victory point. So no, it doesn't look to me like it is. In fact, that is something that we might want to consider. By the way, is there anything where I can see map mode victory screen? No, that's just the victory screen. I would like to see that on the map, but I'm not sure I can see that anywhere. Show victory points? Factory, unsupplied, preferences? No. Hotkey? No, I think not. Nope. No, okay, too bad. Sorry. Sorry for digressing over here. It would be nice to see the victory points. We can see the factories, but Ronoshev would, I think, be a victory point. Or Ronoshev? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. So no, it doesn't look like it's for them. Neither it is for us. For us, really the most important targets are Moscow itself, Kalinin, Tula, and Voronezh. Oh no, Voronezh is a target, but I'm not sure whether we'll be able to get over here. I think it makes sense to concentrate our forces in the north, and to that extent it might actually make some sense to withdraw down here and actually maybe go back behind this river, maybe use this red line here as a defensive line, but maybe not actually advance onto Kursk itself. Whereas over here, I think at the Oka River, I think we'd probably want to push in over here and circle these troops, and that I think would be very good practice. Now, before we go ahead and move our Scion troops, I would like to move these blue troops up here. Simply so... Ooh, you actually knew, right? You can move up over here. Could push back these guys. You can also move down here. Okay, let's hold off on you for a second here. And let's start out with our troops on the blue front. So we've got a couple of movement points on you, probably a couple of movement points on this guy. So let's move this guy up first. And we want to basically just prevent these guys from breaking out in this direction. I think that would be a good move to try and prevent that. So you are under this command. Let's move the command itself. Can I move you into here? Interesting, why not? I wonder. Interesting. Right, and you here are also belonging to this headquarter. So in fact we'd probably want to move you up here or here. I kind of doubt whether they will be attacking across the river, potentially in mud conditions, so I think we might be alright over there. You in fact only have these two divisions. You do belong to this headquarter, slightly different one. Okay, let's move you down here. You cannot move up in any way? No. You can move up a little bit. That's okay. You are in fact controlling all of these guys. Let's move this guy into this town. I think that's a good idea. And then you can advance into, let's say, here. spreading it out at least a little bit. And again, I don't think they will be advancing too far. We can advance a little bit here with our guys, so that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna drive our tanks into this gap there, and I think that's going to be great. Right. Oh, you're directly controlling this. No. Okay, you are controlling 2 divisions, and that's you and you. Okay, let's get you into the middle of these 2. I think that's gonna be okay. Yeah, actually we might move you up a little bit closer towards over here, so that you're closer to the railhead. That would not be a stupid idea. Well, I think it's going to be okay. Right. And then down here, no one else can really move up. You here a little bit. And down here, yeah, these are just all Scion troops that are commanded by Guderianto, one of our best tank commanders actually. Right, you could move up all the way over here, but you wouldn't really have any movement points left. So let's move up the motorized division here. Capturing Orel would be tempting, because that is a city, and just cities are much more valuable than anything else. Okay, let's bring you up over here and attack this cavalry division. Should push them back, hopefully. No, we are indeed not doing that. Okay, that's unfortunate, because that did cost us all of our movement points. You here then, let's bring you up over here, attack the security division. At least we can kill that one. Great. Can we attack another time? No, we cannot. Okay, that is, again, somewhat unfortunate. You could move up here. We really want to drive through there, not just advance on that point. Okay, let's try another time on the cavalry division with our motorized guys. Yeah, this time we are routing them, so that is good to see. You have 3 movement points left. You cannot move out, you cannot attack across the river. That will have to be okay. What else have we got? We've got you here. I can not move into here, I wonder. Because enemy control probably, right? Yeah. So we do need to kick back the security division, I think, because it is exerting zone of control. Yeah. So what can we do? Now that's not enough. That would be enough. Okay, let's bring you here. Deselect you, attack the security division, kick them back very neatly. So that should be okay. 2 movement points. Yeah, you can move up, but that's not the point. The point is that we can now advance with our tanks beyond this line. Bring up over here. So there are a couple of armies and headquarter bases over here, and I think what we'd like to do... How many aircraft are on this base? A couple of I-16s, a couple of MiG-23s. Okay, that's not that important, so in fact what we might want to do then is simply come up here, capture a couple of fuel, a little bit of fuel and all of that, so that's nice. And yeah, again, that should encircle most of these guys here neatly. We probably do need 1 unit here, I'm guessing. Yeah, and then we can start to reduce this little trap here next turn, and I think that's going to be great. Right, anything else we might want to do? Send you up into Orel? Anyone into Orel? Anyone, please? Probably not. Okay, you, the tanks. Move up here. That's fine. You cannot move into Orel. No one down here is... Oh, well, you can. Yeah, I think getting into Orel would be fine. Good, yeah, that I think is appropriate. Group Army, Rifle Division, one of you is routed. Could attack into here. Drive them back further. But where would be the point? Okay, and then we've got the 9th Panzer Division. We could start to attack these guys. I'm not sure what it would do exactly. Whether it would push them back, or whether it would allow them to route out of this area completely, which obviously wouldn't be what we're looking for. We cannot advance really into this area up there. We could try to just cut some rail lines there or something along these lines, but ultimately I believe we probably want to secure our flank here a little bit better rather than anything else. Down here, encircling these guys would be tempting, but again, I don't think we really have the ability to support any of this in the midterm. So, you know what? We're actually going to retreat over here. And, oh, you cannot really retreat. Okay, you have very few movement points left. Okay, and then down here, yeah, we can use these infantry divisions. There are not that many. Where are all of these infantry divisions? Okay, there is a motorized division in there. We've got these guys. How many units have you got? Only 2. Only these 2. Okay, so you're blocking that area down there. Let's advance you over here. So you should be securing that flank. That's these 2 units. I would ideally like this guy to be closer to the rail line. But you still need to be 5 away, so that's 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, that's... Okay, you here. And you here. I think that should be enough to secure these guys. It's a little bit left hanging there, but I think that's going to be alright. We've got the airbase for the 2nd Panzer Corps, which I'm also going to move up very far up over here into the north, simply so it's closer to the rail line, and we'll better be able to support our panzers in this area up there. Right, so that's good. Then we've got you here. You've got control of this unit, and that one. Okay, I think we cannot move anyone out of here. Oh, but we do have this blue unit. Okay, yeah, let's move you up here. That's fine, and that does allow us to move up the motorized division. This unit down here, can you actually move up here? Yeah, you can. Okay, so let's swap these guys. You're moving here, and the cyan one is gonna move. Do we want to capture this town, or do we simply want to guard on this side of the river? Might be the slightly better alternative. So that does work. You are left a little bit hanging here. Don't necessarily appreciate that. Okay, this cavalry corps. Okay, let's simply try to cut your retreat here shortly, but not really for a long time. And then these guys here, you are gonna move up. Simply be closer towards this. Kick back these guys. Kick back these guys. Okay, you can't do that due to movement points. That's okay. And this headquarter now controls these 2 units up there. So let's move you into Orel. And then we've got this tank division, which I suppose we can also just move up here. Again, strengthen this line here a little bit. Could attack into the cavalry guy. Let's do that. Yeah, we've lost a tank, but I still think that's a decent choice here. Right, and that should be okay. Right, you can potentially move up here. So these guys, you are controlling someone over here. That's you. You're part of this. Okay, let's move you into here. And then you are controlled by which one? This one. Okay, let's move you back. Yeah, that does make sense to me. Although you're extremely weak in terms of combat ability. But I think we'll be alright over here. Okay, fine. So, decent defense over there. Another motorized division up here. I suppose you could move up to this area, basically block all of them in, box them in, and I think that's going to be okay. All of you guys are fine. You probably want to be a little bit closer towards these guys. Move you up here. I hope that these tanks cannot break through, but I suppose we could also just bring in another unit into their way. That might be alright. Okay, fantastic. So good stuff down here. No residual capabilities to attack anyone there. This tank here really hasn't moved up yet. But you cannot really disentangle yourself from any of these tank brigades anyway. So... no. Well, I suppose... okay, let's try to see what happens when we attack these guys. We are overwhelming them very strongly. They're routing, but where? I suppose I just didn't see that. That's just the cavalry division. There must be a tank brigade somewhere, but I think they actually withdrew from out of this perimeter. Yeah, I suppose it's these guys over here. So we must not attack once we've encircled, or in the turn that we are encircling them, but only later. But okay, that's a learning, so that's okay. And we've also got a couple of more units here. So these pink guys, I suppose, you could go either way really. You could go over here, start to reduce them. Cannot really support you there, but we could get these guys to be a little bit more zone of controlled. I think that's fine. And we've got these security forces. Again, we could sort of bring you into here, here. Even there would be viable. Not the worst idea. Okay, let's bring you here, just keep open this gap. I think that's going to be quite critical. You are controlling this guy and that guy. Suppose we can move you into here. Yeah, that should control for that. And you are... oh, you're the entire Panzer group. Yeah, that's fine. You are fine where you are, I believe. Everyone here has moved up to all the heart's content. So that does really leave the question of, do we want to attack here now? We've got 12 attack points. And 11 attack points. These guys are really heavily fortified, I believe. No. So is it the hex? Oh yeah, it's because this is Mutlands. Interesting. Don't really want to attack into Mutlands with my tanks, so let's attack these guys first. Fine, you are surrendering. 7,000 men surrendering, that's nice to see. Don't really need to move you up. Can attack into the mud over here. It's 2 rifle divisions. Let's try it. Let's try it and hope that we are not losing too much. Okay, let's pause over here. So they have surrendered, 20,000 men. We've lost just a tank and 20 people. Okay, that was... I was way too cautious there, so that's okay. Great, that's actually very nice then. Right, if we move up here, we could potentially still attack these guys. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Move you up and attack. 12,000 men, 20,000 men. They are surrendering. Great. Fantastic, actually. Very good. I would not have expected that to be the case. And you know what? If it's that easy, let's attack here. 36,000 men. And yeah, all surrendering. Fantastic. So we were, after all, able to bob all of these guys. And that is extremely appreciated. Okay, still, we do probably need to withdraw you here. But that's fine. I very much suspect that these guys are not going to attack here. So that is fine. And you could actually move out now? No, you cannot. How about you? We could move you further up here. Or actually even into there. But again, that's not really the point. We need to bob these guys. And again, they are not really fortified, but I suppose they're just in light woods. I don't know why these guys have such a strong defensive value. That's a lot of tanks. Alright. Anyway, I think all of this is good now. So that's fine. We do have a couple of admin points left, not that many. We could attack here, but if we're just getting them to rout, that's not actually that beneficial to us. I suppose what I could think about doing is, so firstly, where are our supply lines? You're going up till here and here. So this is likely the place where we are actually tracing our supply from. Would be ideal to get our forces a little bit closer towards that area, but ultimately I'm not convinced that that is going to be very useful for us. These guys here could potentially be kicked back. They're not really dug in. Would it do that much for us though? I'm not convinced. Okay, so that's going to be as is for now. All of these guys here are fine. So you know what? I think we've pretty much done everything that we need for our turn then. And again, we might want to withdraw a little bit from over here. In fact, the Flieger Corps here might actually pull back a little bit. You guys are fine already. This might be a good defensive line. We not advance on coast, so we are a little bit more conservative there, but we have encircled additional troops this turn. And next turn, when the mod does come around, I think we will be fine. Make sure that we are looking at the entirety of the map now. Got the French volunteers here. You can move up definitively. You want to use the rail network? Could do so. You'd be getting nearly all the way over here. I think this place here would we'd ideally want to garrison up, since it is a city. Not that many other cities. Oh well, this area actually. Okay, so let's move you via rail all the way over here, and from there on the rest you will have to walk. That's you. Yeah, so we'll move over here, and that will hopefully prevent them from spawning any partisans in this general vicinity. It's just a brigade. On the other hand, we only have 2 movement points, and we can't attack anyway. Okay. Well, I think we are fine. Good. So, I think we're going to start next turn, or next episode actually, with the Soviet turn over here. See whether they disentangle themselves, see whether we overloaded ourselves with this precious advance over here. And in between episodes I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit on the come on, where do we have it? On the reassignment of these construction battalions. Our most important administrative burden actually is for now the fact that we can probably see that over here in the commander's report on the headquarters. This over here. So Army Group Center is currently exceeding its command limit. So that's part of the 4th Army. 4th Army is part of Army Group Center. And there we go. This is Army Group Center. You can see it is commanding 138 points of points, while it only can command 96 points. And the basic issue I see is, I believe, with the Green Army. So that's the 9th Army. It's part of Army Group Center. I think we'd want to transfer these guys to Army Group North, which should be hanging about somewhere over here, so that we have basically this northern part under a different army group. And to do that, it would cost us more points than we currently have, so we're not going to do that. But it would be important so that all of our guys do have better admin checks once the mod comes around and we're not losing quite as many vehicles. That being said, I do look forward to seeing you guys next time once we see the Soviet turn develop. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.